Bless, bless, bless. It's your host, Sean Mary of the Down to Earth podcast. This episode is called Music Monopoly. I'm talking about the popularity of streaming sites for the last, 15 years. I'm going to be talking about Spotify, one of the most popular streaming sites, especially for music artists. Started in 2008, April 23rd, by Daniel Elk. It's a Swedish company. And the other guy, I think his name is Martin Lawrence or something like that. Well, when they started this company, right, what made it popular was podcasts around that time. And then music artists became part of the platform even more, right? It really became more popular around 2012. But the benefits for artists never been beneficial, right? It's kind of crazy. This took over the music industry. I know there's Apple Music and all these different types of platforms, but Spotify is king, but is known for not giving back to the artists. A lot of artists been struggling ever since this platform been created, right? It's really meant for industry artists, but even the industry artists ain't getting back what they put out. It takes about 1 million streams for you to even receive anything really, like $3,000 to $4,000, right? A lot of artists, they're on this now because you could just sign up to a distribution site, and then it's distributed to Spotify. It's distributed to a lot of these other digital platforms. Fast forward to recent times, Spotify is accused of doing pay for play. People pay to get on a popular playlist, and then their streams go up. There's been a lot of news of people paying for the streams on Spotify, right? You actually see how much monthly listeners you have, but people could pay for that. It's not perfect, right? That's what's going on or been going on. It's not a perfect system, right? So who's benefiting? Who's benefiting nowadays off of that system? It's not the artists, it's the owners of Spotify. And they have deals with the record labels. They actually have deals with the record labels. So this makes you wonder, it's really, do they make who they want big? It makes you wonder. It's looking like that. The labels pay Spotify, and then certain type of artists get more streams, and that's why you got Drake now, which he knew about their practices a long time ago, claiming he wants to sue Spotify and UMG for I guess practices what are unsavory, saying that the system is cheating, like Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us. They made it a hit. They engineered that song to be a hit, right? All types of things, all types of details. So does this whole streaming make sense? Is it better than the physical copies where you had to go to the store and actually purchase a copy, and the artists were actually making probably more money, even though record labels were more bigger back then? Record labels were more bigger like 20 years ago, and people were complaining how a lot of artists were getting robbed. But look what's going on right now. It's even worse, because the majority of artists, they ain't making money off of these streaming sites, especially the biggest one, Spotify. They're saying that the owner, Daniel Elk, he's the head or the CEO. He's more richer than he's more wealthy than all the artists combined on that platform. I wonder why. It's a monopoly. It's a big monopoly. And if you're a listener, if you really want no commercials, you got to pay for the subscription. Nothing's wrong with that, but you got to pay, right? Spotify gets their money off of other companies promoting on their site. So all these companies, which are commercials, if you don't pay for the subscription to pass through them, they're paying Spotify. But and they're making a lot of money, but the artists ain't seeing a lot of their what they put in their music. They ain't seeing anything really back. So does it really make sense nowadays to be an artist and pay for studio and pay for all these things you need to produce your product? I know Spotify is not the only streaming platform, but that's the main one. A lot of people rely on that, and they, I guess, they use that to show how successful they are. They use that platform to show their numbers. No other platform you see the numbers. You don't see it on Apple Music. You don't see it on Amazon Music. You don't see it on whatever else there is. You only see it on Spotify, especially when they have the yearly wrap up. It's crazy. I remember when the change came, right? Especially when Apple, they bought out a lot of the catalog, the music industry catalog, and Spotify at the same time. When that change happened, a lot of artists stopped making money. Even if the physical went away, right? So a lot of people lost the power to be independent, and this digital came in, which is controlled by these platforms. So yeah, CD, no one really wants to carry around a big CD, but physical made people have physical money, or even if it's digital in some way going to your bank account, right? By people purchasing it off of CD Baby and stuff like that. And you'll get the physical. What's going on? A lot of artists don't know the music business. That's another problem. That's why these people like Daniel Elk of Spotify is winning, because a lot of the artists, a big majority of them, don't know the music business, right? I don't know how much of them know that if they're signed, that these record labels are in bed with Spotify. They're in bed with them. And like I'm saying, I mentioned earlier, it takes over 1 million streams or so to even see 3,000 to 4,000, and it has to be authentic. And how long will that even take? You could work at McDonald's and make more money than that in a short period of time, compared to your music getting 1 million streams. And not anybody's gonna get 1 million streams. And that's just one song. We're not talking about a whole album. You see, before you have to go to the store and purchase a full album. $10, $15, $20. The label will get a percentage. You would get a percentage, or whoever, your management. But now, yeah, they make it look like you have the control because your music is distributed and you pay for it, but you ain't getting nothing really back, compared to even back in the days when they said the artists were so-called getting robbed. What's going on right now? Right? Big monopoly. A lot of people behind the scenes are laughing. That's why, for example, the hip-hop genre has went down in sales in the last 2 or 3 years. It went down in sales a lot. I think all music went down in sales. So a lot of artists are forced to actually go out there and perform, because that's the only way you're really going to make money. Live shows, right? live shows is not streaming. You go there, you perform, you get the money from whatever person booked you. That's better. But right now, it's not looking good. Even if your music, for example, YouTube, you have a music video on there, it takes 1,000,000 views to even get 3 to 4,000. So you pay like probably more money to do your music video than get back money from YouTube. So who's winning? Where's the balance, right? Where is the balance? It's a big monopoly, people. So remember, it's actually better to do your research. Something like Bandcamp, nothing's perfect. Bandcamp, you have more control. You get back more royalties. It's not popular, but Bandcamp is the thing. Some people are starting to get smart, taking their music off of Spotify and going to Bandcamp and other resources. Maybe have your own website, right? Set up your own streaming if you can and get a bag like that. But this is the Monopoly episode, Spotify, Daniel Elk, fix it up, try to help the artists. Bless up, your host, Sean Myrie, the Down to Earth podcast, Down to Earth Network.